my name is Sam Brown, and today I'll be talking about the lawsuit that Wrench LLC filed against Taco Bell. In 1998, two men by the name of Thomas Rinks and Joseph Shields, under the name Wrench LLC, filed a lawsuit against Taco Bell Corporation. They claimed that Taco Bell stole their idea of a feisty Chihuahua character and used it without crediting or compensating them. Wrench made claims against Taco Bell of breach of implied contract, misappropriation, conversion, and unfair competition. The court battle lasted from 1998 until in 2003 a federal jury agreed that they should pay Wrench $30 million in damages. The plaintiffs, Thomas Rinks and Joseph Shields, had developed a cartoon character named Psycho Chihuahua through their name Wrench LLC in 1995. Wrench started selling merchandise of the character on a small scale and then became licensed to produce apparel to large manufacturers in early 1996. In June that year, Rinks and Shields had attended a licensing trade show in New York City to promote Psycho Chihuahua. At the trade show, Rinks and Shields met Taco Bell's creative services manager, Ed Alfaro, and Alfaro's boss, Rudy Pollack, Taco Bell's vice president of administration and employee programs. After the trade show, Alfaro requested artboards of Psycho Chihuahua from Rinks and Shields combined with the Taco Bell image from Rinks and Shields, and they followed through and sent them to them shortly afterwards. Taco Bell shared the idea of Psycho Chihuahua among themselves and gained significant interest in it, especially after it did well in focus group studies. In fall of 1996, Wrench and their hired licensing agent Strategy were in discussions with Taco Bell over the use of Psycho Chihuahua. At Pollack's request, Strategy sent a proposal to Alfaro that provided that Taco Bell would compensate Wrench for the usage of Psycho Chihuahua. Taco Bell did not accept or deny the proposal. In early 1997, Wrench, Strategy, and Alfaro met and discussed marketing ideas for Psycho Chihuahua. In March that year, Taco Bell hired advertising agency TBWA Chiat Day. Taco Bell worked with creative directors Chuck Bennett and Clay Williams from TBWA to come up with commercial ideas involving a Chihuahua to become an icon for Taco Bell. The creative directors from TBWA claimed that they conceived the Chihuahua idea. They presented a script for a commercial to Taco Bell at a meeting in June 1997. While in June, Alfaro met with representatives from Strategy at the same licensing show they met Wrench at the year before and told them that he was still interested in using Psycho Chihuahua. Alfaro learned that TBWA was planning to use the Chihuahua and made an effort to convince them to use Psycho Chihuahua instead of the generic Chihuahua concept. Taco Bell ultimately decided to go with the regular Chihuahua idea instead of using Psycho Chihuahua, and they launched a national advertising campaign in late 1997. In 1998, Wrench filed a lawsuit against Taco Bell claiming there was a breach of implied contract, misappropriation, conversion, and unfair competition. Taco Bell made a motion to dismiss the case on the grounds that the claims were preempted by the Copyright Act. The court partially granted and partially denied the motion to dismiss, leaving all of the claims that Wrench had made intact. The legal issues discussed in this case were implied in fact contract, copyright preemption, independent creation, the creation by TBWA Chiat Day, access, similarity, novelty. The implied in fact contract is the mutual understanding of expected compensation for ideas. While it is hard to prove without written documents, conversations can imply a verbal contract. Wrench argued that Taco Bell made an implied contract, and when the idea was discussed and Taco Bell showed interest in using Wrench's idea, the court agreed with Rinks and Shield on the matter. Taco Bell argued that even if there was an implied contract, Wrench's claims were preempted under the Federal Copyright Act. The court ruled that Taco Bell's alleged promise not to use the plaintiff's idea and concept does not differ from the Copyright Act's prohibition against preparing derivative works from or displaying copyrighted works. Taco Bell presented evidence that the Chihuahua in Taco Bell's advertisement campaign was conceived by Bennett and Williams without knowledge of Wrench's idea. Bennett and Williams presented the script for a commercial to Taco Bell, and they denied having use of Wrench's idea of the Psycho Chihuahua in the meetings that took place between Taco Bell representatives and Wrench. The court decided that witnesses to the meetings were not enough to support the defense of TBWA creating the Chihuahua idea independently. Taco Bell argued that Wrench's ideas for Psycho Chihuahua were not novel or unique. However, Psycho Chihuahua and Taco Bell's Chihuahuas are almost identical in comparison. Both Chihuahua characters are clever, humorous, and full of attitude. Psycho Chihuahua was not deemed unique by the court. The court initially granted Taco Bell summary judgment in 1999. In 2003, the court found that while there was no written contract, an implied in fact contract promised to pay Wrench a license fee that Taco Bell failed to pay. Rinks and Shields were awarded $30 million plus $12 million in interest. In 2009, Taco Bell attempted to pawn off the $42 million to TBWA, but the court rejected their appeal, claiming that TBWA was not responsible for the Chihuahua's creation and that it was in fact Taco Bell's creation. There was a similar case regarding the theft of an idea in 1991. January 1991, a man named John Reeves claimed that the Alaska Pipeline Service Company had appropriated his idea for a visitor center along the pipeline. Reeves had discussed his idea with an Alaska manager, Keith Burks, and they had made an agreement to build the visitor center, with Reeves earning 90% of the profit. However, in spring 1991, Alaska went ahead and built the visitor center without Reeves' knowledge or approval. Reeves sued Alaska on the claims of breaches of contract, quasi-contract, breach of the covenant of good faith and fair dealing, breach of license and/or lease agreement, and various torts related to contractual relationships alleged. The court said that an idea must be novel and original in order for it to be protected. However, the court decided that Alaska broke their promise to Reeves, and they awarded Reeves $7.5 million in punitive damages. 2 questions that I have for you. Do you believe the ad agency when they said that they created the Chihuahua character without knowledge of Wrench's Psycho Chihuahua? And do you think that $30 million was an appropriate compensation for Wrench? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for your time.